Hello everyone, welcome back to a new episode of Lies of P. I'm back from my vacation, and I noticed this before I left and was like, I gotta remember to show that next episode. The start screen has changed. I can't quite tell what this is. I want to say it's the room that we fought the Puppet King in, and the stage is kind of on fire, but I could be wrong. It could be a room in like the hotel or something. But yeah, just wanted to show that because it's neat. So I remember last time that I believe we had a bunch of people to talk to. Yes, we still have Vanini and you, which you said I needed to meet you somewhere. I think this is Vanini.
Ah, I heard you defeated the King of Puppets.
Yeah.
Amazing.
I don't know who else it would be.
The puppets appear lost without their leader. They have no purpose, no focus. To think one can have so much control through ergo waves. If we don't determine who or what is causing it, this could all happen again tomorrow. I fear I must call upon you again, my friend. Please gather records of the puppets' ergo waves while you're defeating them.
Okay.
I always welcome friend.
That's it? That's it. That appears to be it. Now you wanted me to meet you in like the garden or something, right? I want to say that was it. Cecile, letters, notes. I swear there was a here we go. Note left on counter. There's something I want to tell you, Geppetto's puppet. Please come to the Hotel Garden on the way to Elysian Boulevard. The Hotel Garden. Would that just be back this way? I think possibly. The Hotel Garden. Well, no, Elysian Boulevard's the other way. Whoopsie doopsie. Hey, what kind of dirt you got on my dad, huh?
Welcome, good sir. At last, we speak frankly, instead of with professional reserve. I have something to confess. Something involving your unique perspective. I am a puppet whose ego has awoken. I don't know exactly why, and we need not dwell on the details. Instead, I wish to dwell on the welfare of Lady Antonia. I adore Lady Antonia. It is a presumptuous feeling for a puppet to have, to be sure. I have no intention of putting myself forward, of course. However, I cannot watch her die. It's too painful. Thus, I need your unique perspective. You exist somewhere between human and puppet. Can a puppet and a human fall in love? Have you ever met a puppet who loves a human?
There's no such puppet. There's no such puppet. I'm totally contradicting myself, but I have.
It exists, indeed. An unbelievable love, to be sure. I have no intention of telling her, of course. It wouldn't be proper to burden someone so frail. If I may be frank, this is better than I dared hope. Even if you are telling me a sweet lie, I shall savor it. Thank you. It was wise to confide in you. Thank you for granting me that wisdom.
The air goes whispering.
I will be at Lady Antonia's side. Serving her is my duty. The very reason I was created. Welcome to Hotel Krat.
Oh no, I don't need to shop with you. Okay, we got another Jiminy's Iron Protection. Yeah, totally contradicting myself there. From what I said to the person that was also like, can puppets love? But to be, I mean, I guess I'm telling a lie either way, because specifically what the other character asked was, did she leave a note for me? And as far as I could tell, she did not. So, making that there, but it also asked, have I ever seen a puppet that fell in love? And I said yes, even though I definitely have not, but I believe there's the potential. Certainly. Alright, so... yeah, now we just go over here. Now, one thing that's weirding me out... hold up. Oh god. Okay, never mind. For some reason I had in my head throughout my entire vacation that there's something I want to tell you about Geppetto. But no, there's something I want to tell you Geppetto's puppet. I was thinking this was going to have something to do with Geppetto and it'd be a big reveal that Geppetto's actually evil. But no, I was getting way too ahead of myself. So, you know. I do think based off of how this particular, that screenshot of this particular area looked, that, this area is the one I've seen on the start menu, which would make sense. I mean, yeah, no, it's definitely the place. It's definitely the place. I think the table that the perspective is taken from is like, yeah, I don't really see the table with all the stuff. It's probably just there for, you know, dramatic effect and stuff, but I recognize, like, the curtains and stuff. So... alright, let's move forward. I got 5,000 ergo in my pocket, which is probably not the best idea. That Geppetto? Kind of recognize the hat.
I'm glad you're safe. I was so scared I would lose my precious son. It's risky for me just being out here. Fortunately, you didn't need my help. I'm so proud that I got to see my son defeat the king. Hopefully the lesser puppets will die down soon. Now that the king is dead, the puppets have no leader, no direction. But the curse of the petrification disease still lingers. It's tough, but I know where you should go now. The Grand Exhibition. Rumors say the alchemists there have developed a cure. As a man of invention, I'm skeptical of the alchemists, both their science and their motives. But they may be the city's last hope. Won't you help me, son? Take this. You'll find it most useful. If it will help Antonia and the others, it's worth exploring. Go to the Grand Exhibition and see what you can find.
Maximum number of pulse cell uses has increased. Ooh, that's nice.
Puppet could control so many others. That's a memorable feat indeed. Unlike a real king, the puppet left no heir. The remaining puppets are leaderless, and we can reclaim the city. But it's still a city beset by the petrification disease. Seek a cure from the alchemists at the Grand Exhibition. That one, unlike a, but it's still a city beset.
Okay. Interesting. It is quite dangerous for you to be coming out here like this. One thing I do remember that some people in the comments mentioned was that I was doing a lot of damage to the boss. Apparently the boss got nerfed. As far as I understand, the boss used to have more HP, I think, in Phase 1. So the boss did get nerfed, along with the Archduke boss. I believe people mentioned that got nerfed, although that got nerfed after I beat it, I think. Which puts us in a weird situation, because yeah, the Archduke was difficult, but I had a good time with it. But that was pre-nerf. The Black Rabbit Brotherhood I had a pretty hard time with, but I just summoned and beat it relatively easy, but it would have been a really hard fight to do solo. And then this fight was like, in my opinion, kind of ridiculously easy, especially for such a climactic big boss fight, you know? So, that being said, I did have the Puppet Destroyer's amulet on, which probably did increase my damage quite a bit there. And of course electricity's effective against puppets as well, but yeah, just wanted to make note of that. Hi. Oh, you are a not a skeleton, but you're, you know, very dead. Charity Market Path. Alright, cool. I have seen reviews and stuff for Lords of the Fallen, And I'm not gonna 100% say that I'm happy I went with this game over the other options, but it seems like Lords of the Fallen has a lot of performance issues, which makes me happy that I did choose to go with Lies of P, I will say. Lords of the Fallen still seems like a pretty good game. As with most Souls-likes and things like that, you know, different people have different opinions. I hear the accordion again. People have different opinions and stuff about, like, how the combat should play and stuff like that. Which that is all subjective, and I can be like, I could definitely appreciate Lords of the Fallen, possibly if other people don't. But frame rate issues and stuff are where it would specifically cause some problems. And I was seeing people say that, like, the PS5 version specifically had a lot of issues. That's a dog with a buzzsaw on its head. Interesting choice. But yeah, I just thought that was interesting to note that, yeah, Lords of the Fallen has released now. I've definitely heard better things about Lies of P, although I have seen someone else say the exact same thing I said about Lies of P, which, if there is a flaw with this game, I think it's probably the only one, and that is that it is very linear. As I mentioned before, one of the things I really appreciate about Souls-like games is that if you get stuck on, like, a boss or an area, you can just go somewhere else. You cannot do that in this game. It is point A, point B, point C. Like, there's no branching paths or anything like that. There may be a side quest you missed that you could go back and do or something like that, or maybe some items that you missed.
What's going on? All these puppets look utterly down, depressed even. And that seems weird. That's weird, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a little odd. I was going to talk about that, but yeah, I had to get those thoughts out. But yeah, I think that's pretty much all I had to say. But yeah, Lords of the Fallen, the other game I was going to consider playing if I finished this in time, has come out, and it's gotten pretty good reviews, although it seems like it has some performance issues. So, yeah, you know, just interesting to note. It's not often you have two not FromSoft Souls-likes coming out at the same time like that. You were beating on this sign specifically, the Marvelous Puppet Show Festival. Are they kind of angry about their fate? Possibly. They thought this was, like, kind of their time to break off the shackles, and now their leader is gone. Kind of deal, but I swear this accordion, it's definitely coming from, like, right here. But, I can't seem to get up there, I don't think, so. You know. But yeah, both games seem like they're pretty good. Lords of the Fallen just seems like it has more performance issues than this does. And I say that because, yeah, this game doesn't really have any performance issues at all. This game runs like a dream, which is extremely important for something like a Souls-like. So, I also just I think I like the setting of this game more because it's kind of more unique and interesting, whereas, you know, Lords of the Fallen is kind of the same dark fantasy that a lot of the Souls games have been. And believe me, I love dark fantasy.
They seem lost. Then again, maybe they're mourning him? Whatever's happening, it's like they can't tell their elbow joints from their tail sockets. I'm not even sure they can function without the king to guide them.
They can still try to murder me pretty well, I gotta say. They're still fairly okay at that. Still fairly okay at that. I forgot what I was actually saying. Oopsie. They do seem very dejected, though. They do move quite a bit slower, though. As showcased by that. Guess at Moonstone. Sorry I needed that, friend. But yeah, I'm just happy more developers are trying the whole Souls-like thing, and oh, that's what I was talking about, that I really like this setting in particular, and yeah, I do think it's a very cool one. You know, they didn't, it's kind of Bloodborne-esque, but they didn't totally copy Bloodborne. They went with their own thing and focused on the whole Pinocchio route, which I think is really cool, so. Enough of me singing this game's praises, though. We got sad puppets to beat up that can barely move. Because I'm an asshole. I was about to say, am I even getting ergo from them? That would be interesting, but no, I totally was. It just takes a while. Alright. Trying to make sure I don't miss anything. Hey, yeah, they are crying. Because we can actually get a very, very good look at you here. You are totally crying. What is that one doing? That one's looking odd. It's kind of like looking for something on the ground. Oh my god, you have a lot of HP. Holy shit. Okay. There we go. My god. That thing was swinging and had stupid HP. Oh, okay. Didn't expect you to be so tanky, friend. My god. They're all like looking at pictures and stuff. I've seen a few of them like crying over bodies too, which like, I don't know. Maybe they want things? That seems weird, but maybe some of them regret what's been happening, or oh god, we're getting a bit of ragdoll weirdness because you've clipped into the building. Okay, don't look at it. Maybe some of them kind of regret what's happened and what's been happening, kind of thing. I mean, I'm sure the puppets wouldn't be completely in agreement about what was going on here. I mean, I certainly would be one that would want the puppets to have their freedom now, especially that they've shown that they can awaken to their ego and have emotions and stuff like that. If they have the ability to do that, it seems really, 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 really awful to treat them like slaves. Clock sword blade and clock sword handle. Oh, that sounds so cool. It's probably not for me. Yeah, it's not for me. Seems so cool, though. Belle of Provocation. Briefly taunt surrounding enemies to increase the attack of both the character and the enemies? Interesting. A sword blade made to commemorate the construction of the clock tower. It is sharpened to a point in the shape of a minute hand, making it effective for slashing and stabbing. Clock sword was made to commemorate the clock tower's construction by using its minute hand, because even its blade was engraved with a unique ornamentation. People said it was a fitting commemorative item. Made to commemorate... because even its blade was engraved. Okay, so, yeah. Nothing different there. Ooh, it is a good weapon. Slashes and stabs. Oh, I wish the R2 was a big stab, though. That would make it, like, amazing, but no. Specifically because the stab... it always sucks when the stab's in the second attack, because that's usually what you want to lead with. So. I am definitely believing at this point that we may never get a, better version of this weapon. I just don't think it's gonna happen. I don't think we're gonna find anything that, seeks our unique talents as much, you know? But we'll see. There's still game left. We still have to cure the petrification disease after all, and I feel like the whole puppet plot line is not done yet. I definitely think that there's more going on here, and possibly Geppetto doing some weirdness and potentially giving us the ability to get rid of the... what was it? The Grand Order or whatever? The thing that all puppets have to obey. Possibly getting rid of that and giving puppets more free will. I think that's a thing that can still come up. So, we shall see. Yeah, see, and those two look like they're crying over, like, a human body. The dogs go first, because I don't feel comfortable fighting them with that thing. And yeah, I guess it makes sense. Yeah, because they were definitely crying over this human. Like maybe they are sad that, you know, like their human counterparts and stuff have had the petrification disease happen to them. Or, I mean, I don't think this is the case, but maybe the puppets were working on a way to potentially cure the petrification disease, and by killing the Puppet King we stop them from doing that. But there's the whole frenzy stuff. I don't know. There's a lot to think about here, and I'm probably missing some details. But it definitely seems like they're mourning humans a lot of the time. And I mean, if we have puppets like I'm unfortunately forgetting their name now, but the puppet that we just talked to about Antonia, the possibility that they could love their humans, you know. It would make sense that they're kind of in a state of mourning. It's really, really depressing to think about the possibility that they were, you know, forced to do these things under the puppet frenzy. I didn't realize that was a door at first. Yeah, I was kind of running around like, huh, I just saw walls, but yeah, that's where the paint helps. But yeah, just the idea that maybe they were forced during the puppet frenzy to attack people that they loved. I don't want to go to Hot Topic or Hollister or any of that. Hot Topic's fine, I guess. Hi. But we are back to humans. Hi. Yep, we are back to humans. So I can probably take the Puppet Slayers thing off now. I'm glad I kind of jumped right back into the combat. I was kind of worried I'd be having a really, really hard time with this, but no, we're doing fine. Technique. Reduce damage from falling. None of these were really good. I can't equip that. The technique one I think will like marginally increase my damage, because this thing does still scale a little bit with technique. No, it doesn't scale at all with technique. Never mind. That is completely pointless to have on. This is weapon durability consumption. Oh, these are all so bad. I'll put that on. The HP is not gonna really make a difference, not right now. So, it's just kind of pointless. We're kind of at that point where we're late enough into the game that that little teensy weensy bit of extra HP isn't gonna do anything. Is that a scorpion stinger, friend? That's very rude. This is a classic setup though that they love to do in FromSoft, where you walk into a room and you're like, ooh, shiny item, and then you just get murdered. So none of that. None of that at all. I'm sure you had some pretty cool attacks and stuff, but I'm not learning what they are right now. Because my checkpoint is right up there, so yeah, they want you to go for item and then get ambushed by that jerk. They love doing that shit. Or having like somebody sitting on top of a wall. As you start to play all of these, you become a lot more attuned to that stuff, so you can see it coming a little bit better so it doesn't get you as often. Because yeah, they do reuse a lot of the same tricks, like checking around corners and stuff when you're about to walk in, because they would love to hide like an enemy, like, you know, obviously if that Stargazer wasn't there, like right here, and hope you just don't see them. Alright. There we go. Stargazer activated. Go ahead and hit up our grindstone. Let's go back and use this stuff. And we do have to talk to Sophia, which is convenient, because I was already going to go talk to Sophia anyway. Good, good. That's incredibly depressing. When the puppet started going into a frenzy, people expected the police officers to handle the situation, but no one realized they were also puppets. incredibly depressing to think about as, you know, police forces here start to use, robotics and, like, drones and stuff in law enforcement. It's, very terrifying.
The portrait hanging in Geppetto's room. It looks very much like you. I sense something strange. Something like the changes you're going through. The sort of thing you'd read in a fairy tale. Go to Geppetto's room. You should see it for yourself.
I'm becoming a real boy.
You're back. I was so worried when you marched off to fight the king. But this... it's a necklace from the Monad Charity House. They took care of orphans and impoverished children from across Krat. Many of those children grew up at the Rose Estate and became alchemists, technicians, and stalkers. I hope the king didn't harm any of them. Or don't tell me. The king's ergo is actually... Are you okay? You look ill, ever since I mentioned the necklace. My heavens, you look... You're changing. You're becoming something more than a puppet. Almost human.
I can't believe my hair grew.
If this is what you want, just keep behaving. Keep feeling like a human does. You might just hold the true secret of ergo.
I was interested by what you said. You were like, oh no, the orphans, the puppet king's ergo, it wasn't, and then you kind of stopped yourself. So what is this, someone's necklace, small office, white lady's locket? It's gotta be this. Necklace once worn by the king of puppets, it engraved with a boy's scribblings. To Romeo, your friend C. Yeah, and you said Carlo there. The boy resented his father for not showing any interest in him. Perhaps in protest, he gave his graduation necklace to Romeo, a friend he admired. Okay. Getting the idea that, you know, yeah, some stuff's happening with us and the orphanage and things of that nature. Okay. I do like the longer hair look. That was super cool. It's actually quite weird, because now with the longer hair look, you look strikingly similar to someone I knew in high school. But, like, strikingly similar, but, yeah. But when you had the shorter other hair, it wasn't as much, but now, yeah. I like the longer hair, though. It does look nice. So, that's 1 damage increase. That's just a 1 damage increase. Whereas this, we're getting 13 health. Could be a good time to start getting my stamina up a little bit more, I think. Because, I mean, the 1 damage is not super tempting to me at the moment. And a Legion in weight is kind of whatever. I mean, I guess it is 4 extra pounds, which is quite a lot, actually. I think I might want to get my stamina up to 10 though, so we have 125. Or my vigor. It definitely feels like we're kind of hitting the end of, you know, the level scaling and stuff that is available to us. So you told me to go look at the picture. I hope I didn't like skip a step or something. Cannot use this right. Whoa. It's the nose. My nose is growing. It's straight up Pinocchio's nose. I'm lying and becoming more human. I'm becoming a real boy, and I don't know if Geppetto's gonna be very happy about this. Yeah, it's straight up the wooden Pinocchio nose. Are you gonna yell at me, Dad? Look, I grew out my hair. Doesn't it look great?
Oh my. This is a change I didn't expect. Did the King of Puppets get you? Or some other ruffians? I'm glad you're growing, but I'm not sure what to make of this. Be wary of dangerous people. And always be a good boy for me.
You know, it's not a phase, Dad.
I can't believe my eyes. It's almost as if something is growing out of the portrait.
I thought that was the same dialogue.
I remember commissioning that piece from an artist named D. Gray. Like all artists, he was eccentric. He claimed that a painting could harbor a living soul. But how can that happen? Just like the fairy tale. Forgive a foolish man his ramblings. Perhaps the seed of its growth was there all along. I know you're curious, so see for yourself. I have my work to keep me busy.
D. Gray. The only time I've ever heard the name D. Gray is from an anime about an exorcist called D. Gray Man. So...
You don't remember much beyond Rosa Isabel Street, do you? Ask me about areas you want to know about.
Oh. Oh, okay. Yeah, all of these are new.
We plan to reveal our new automated puppet technology at the Grand Exhibition. If it hadn't been cancelled, it would have shocked the world. The alchemists are there now, working on a cure for the petrification disease. Dare we hope? In my experience, they always have an ulterior motive. Remember to be on your guard when you're with them.
I don't know, Dad. You seem very against me becoming more human and potentially finding out some skeletons in your closet and stuff. Oh, of course there's a swamp. We even get Miyazaki's Poison Swamp in these games. It's not even made by FromSoft.
The barren swamp was originally vacant, useless land. It became a massive dumping ground when the factory started disposing of puppets. The polluted groundwater spawned strange creatures. Perhaps similar to the ones in the cathedral. Definitely worth an investigation. And rumors whisper of rare treasure in a monster's nest. Why don't you go look for it, son?
Trying to get me killed?
Krat Central Station. Yes, it's where you woke up. There used to be a workshop near the station. However, the puppets destroyed it when they attacked. Many of the puppets have moved on, but now, strange monsters lurk nearby. Be careful if you go back. You're precious to me.
I thought I had recognized Krat Central Station, so we can go back there now and probably open some doors or something.
People call them the Alchemists of the Isle. Their headquarters must be on an island across the sea, but it's not on any charts. I remember tales of an underground dock in Krat, where the alchemists would embark. That's all I know.
Alright. God, I am so enamored with this game. It is just so nice. So yeah, as I become more human, our nose grows.
I can't predict how you'll change. How to proceed.
Huh? Huh? You can't predict how I'll change. Are you gonna order a hit on me, Geppetto? If I start to become too human? Or if I start to become the new king of puppets? I'm imagining that's where the directions this could potentially go. I could become like the new king of puppets, or I could like, you know, usher in an era of trying to make puppets more human, possibly with some ergo craziness, but alright. I am just completely enamored with this game. It is so good. I love it so much. I really couldn't have asked for like a better non-FromSoft Souls-like. It's definitely the highest tier one for me. Although, of course, I have not played Lords of the Fallen, and Lords of the Fallen does look cool. I just think starting a big, long Souls-like after I just finished up a big, long Souls-like, or potentially having two of them running at the same time, is probably a bad call. So, yeah. Hope you enjoyed this episode, and I'll see you next time for some more.